Hey Aries, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a career and finances reading for you. We're going to start with an oracle card and then get into tarot. And Aries, if you've never been to my channel before, thank you for giving it a chance to see if it's a fit. I value your time, so I don't want to waste any of it. We're going to get right into it. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Aries and cross-watchers alike to pray for you, simply say hello or leave a comment with an emoji, something that we can focus on that represents your energy in the comments section below. All right, so we start with the message of the hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up, Aries. New joy is on the way. That's a great sign. That's a great way to start out a career reading, right? Okay, so the deal is we only take the cards that fly out for you. If they fly in reverse, that's how we read them, okay? So what's coming towards my Aries at this time in career and finances? What do they need to know about? Please make it clear, Spirit. Nice. So we start with the Devil card. I'll show you these cards as well. I'm not sitting at my desk as I usually am because it's just too damn nice out. We have to be in the forest today in our sweatpants. I'm not creepy at all. But yeah, so I will show you the cards. So we have the Devil in reverse, and that's a great sign as well. If there's been maybe a toxic pattern, it could be workaholic, or it could be spending too much time or stressing about work. Whatever this pattern would be, this feeling of being stuck. Sometimes it is like a codependency of some sort. That is, you're coming out of that. You're becoming unchained, so to speak. So here is our Devil card. Upside down, you are being released. This is freedom. And then we have the Two of Cups. This is specifically released having to do with a partnership. Somebody you might have been working with that it's been maybe a misaligned. Maybe you guys haven't been getting along. Maybe you haven't seen eye to eye, and so that's going to change. What else? What do we need to know about this Two of Cups? Now, typically Two of Cups, in a love reading, it's a soulmate, you know, but in a work reading, it can be an amazing chemistry between you and a partner, just an understanding, simpatico. So when you get this upside down, Aries, it's talking about you being out of alignment with somebody in the realm of financial obligations, financial partnership, and we are starting with a fresh Fool card. So this is a new journey, and I love that. And to be clear, I asked for clarity on this misalignment with another person, and you're starting afresh, okay? Let's ask a little bit more. I love that we have the abundant deck card of the Empress at the bottom of the deck. What about this Fool? High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so there were some outside influences, Three of Cups, that were actually kind of throwing somebody off. It was either you or this other individual. They were getting thrown off of their natural instincts, their intuition. And it was specifically an outside influence. It could have been friends. It could have been a party, like an actual event. It could have just been basically a third party energy there. And I hope that it gives you some more understanding in the situation, that this person, whether it was you or somebody else, they weren't possibly themselves, or they were making decisions that were skewed from their intuition. What else do we need to know for my Aries? It's going to be helpful for financial and career. What else do we need to know? Okay, Page of Swords. What about my Page of Swords? What about my Page of Swords for Aries? Okay. So be aware of like talk around the water cooler, so to speak, around information you might be getting that needs to be a little bit more researched before you believe it. The pages in general in tarot are youthful or immature energy, basically undeveloped. And it's not a bad thing. But when you get a Page of Swords, it can talk about ways in which we get our information that if we act upon, it can be a little bit dangerous because we could be making assumptions, we could be filling in holes with our own storyline. If you get it upside down, it can be gossip, you know what I mean? So there's basically, it suggests that do your research before you leap, because you might be feeling that things are unfair and based on the information that you have. That is the Justice card upside down. So things seem very unfair in some kind of situation. But being that it's a Page of Swords, it's kind of this little, a little red flag of like, get more information on this. I love this for you. The Victory card, Six of Wands. So you are going to triumph in this situation. You are going to have a victory. Things are actually turning out for the better. And communication might be key. Whatever it is, though, I can tell you that you are going to be starting fresh. Let's talk about this fresh energy. I love that there's an Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. What about this fresh start? Is Aries going to... Cool. So stick by your guns. This is confirmation that the things that you feel very convinced of right now, stay true to them. This is playing King of the Mountain with any doubts that may arise. Stand your ground and what you believe. Now, I don't necessarily see an argument happening here, so I don't know. All of you guys are going through different things. I don't feel like there is Five of Swords, Five of Wands, none of that conflict stuff, but it feels like you might be getting information that sets things off balance, maybe makes you feel like, things are unfair between you and another individual. And it feels like things are getting straightened out, but Tarot is being very clear and saying, believe in your feelings about something, believe in your thoughts about something. Anything else we need to know about the Seven of Wands? Trust your convictions. Some of you guys have worked with a family member. You guys have gone into business with a family member, and if it wasn't business, it was like there was an exchange of money or a deal being made, and that could have been made on a handshake. Oh boy, we learned the hard way with that one, don't we? But if it wasn't somebody that was in your family, it was somebody that you have history with, somebody that might be familiar with, you might be familiar with, it could be a friend, and it's kind of put an end to the relationship as you've known it. The Ace of Cups upside down suggests that like it's cutting one's losses. It's like there's some disappointment here. Somebody's feeling some disappointment. And the Six of Cups here is usually like a really positive card. In this case, it feels like it's talking about a nostalgic person in your life. So it could be a family member, it could be somebody who goes way back. But I think that there's just kind of, you might even be reflecting on your relationship with this partner, this person. And I think you know that things are better now because it's at least breaking you free of some sort of emotional contract with them. But I think that it's not to say that you're not allowed to feel disappointed. You know, you can feel disappointed. Maybe this person let you down. You thought that they were going to come forward with a gesture, and they haven't. So I'd like to know what's around the corner, because I do get this feeling that you're holding loyal to your situation, your viewpoint, but things are looking better. Things are looking better, and it has to do with that Devil upside down. You're better off this way. There was this outside influence as well that was just throwing y'all off track. So what about being better off for Aries? What's around the corner for my Aries? Financial and career, we have Nine of Rods upside down. I think hindsight's 20/20, right? And you're going to be realizing how something was holding you back and just exhausting you. You might have been spinning your wheels. There's our Five of Rods. And it was coasting towards conflict. And it was closing you down. You know how when we get, we feel defensive about something, it can really kind of shut off our connection to creativity. And that's a shame, right? Because creativity is required when we're problem solving. So it's almost like this right when we need it, right? Like when we're having conflict, what we need is to solve our problem in that situation. But when we feel defensive, we cut off source. we cut off that connection to source and creativity that helps us think outside the box. And so there's some great reflecting you're going to be doing on this particular subject. With the Judgment card and the 9 of Rods upside down, this was holding you back. And it was, again, exhausting you. You were spinning your wheels. And when you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's actually the most beautiful part of this, is because you're going to allow yourself time to actually sit with this. And I think that's where gratitude lies, is now you can move forward. Now you can make progress. We have, yep, there's that big shift, Knight of Swords and Temperance. This is about boundaries, it's about communication, it's about transformation. When I said just a second ago, you're gonna spend some time on this, hindsight's 2020, you're gonna really see where it would have gone. It would have gone towards more conflict and all that if you'd pushed it. This is where that transformation happens. It's in seeing it relative to where you're at when you see this video, where it could have gone had you not listened to yourself, and how much worse it would probably be, because you are just looking at how bad it was. You know, like it had all the signs of kind of getting you stuck into a corner. So this is where that transformation happens. It's like, okay, I can see where the imbalance was, and now that I can see it, I can balance it out more. Does that make any sense? You know? And the Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving knight. What about this Knight of Swords? Because this looks like it's going to be a conversation, or it's going to be somebody reaching out to get a hold of you, and it's after a period of silence. Okay, so if you've not been talking to this individual for a little while, or if shortly after this video you guys go into a silent time, that's okay. And I'm telling you that because the Hanged Man is all about gaining a perspective. That's what's happening. It slows everything down, and it forces us sometimes to sacrifice something in order to gain a very important perspective. Know this, that Knight of Swords is indicative of an important conversation that will take place. But timing is everything, and there's a certain amount of letting go and having faith in this respect, because when it happens, it'll be perfect. It'll work in conjunction with this transformation that you're having, possibly they're having, and that's where your triumph is. We had that 6 of Wands earlier, and that is that triumph card, the victory. So that's what's around the corner. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing Aries videos all week. I'm going to be just dropping them almost daily. So it's because I want Aries to discover my channel. I love you guys, and you guys haven't discovered the channel, only a few of you, and I'm waving hello. Thank you so much for being here. So please show the channel love if you like me, if you like this video and found it helpful, and I'll talk to you very soon. Mwah. Bye-bye.